Day 37. Today we have to start pulling weeds again like we did the very first few days. And what we're going to do is just try to keep them from getting overgrown, really. So the main thing that we're going to do is get these around the flowers just so they aren't choked out by any of these weeds growing up. And then we might put down some more mulch eventually. So this is the tedious part. We're just gonna work our way around. Sometimes you have to kind of rip up the dirt to get them to come out. This is my creeping phlox and hostas that are kind of in the shade underneath the trees. And the ground, it hasn't really rained for a while, so it's kind of slow going because the ground isn't as soft as it had been this spring whenever we first did this. I got this all cleaned out. You can see where there's little bits and pieces of mulch from last year left over that had kind of decomposed and turned into some more rich soil. So one thing that you may be wondering, and I've even been asked, is why we don't put down the barrier cloths to keep the weeds out. And I'm going to say, well, there's two reasons. One is that we did in the past. Years ago, this was actually my very first bed at our house, our very first flower bed around these trees, and we put down the barrier cloth and then cut holes in it and put our few little plants, and then put quite a bit of river rock, the smaller river rock, all around it, and pretty deep, so it's completely covered. You can see right there where some of it's left. And over time, not very much time even, weeds still grew. We still had to pull weeds. Everyone that I know that has the barriers down and this river rock as a ground cover eventually has to, still continually pull weeds. And the reason for this is the wind is going to blow, and maybe it's different in different parts of the country. Weeds are going to grow. That's my butterfly bush. That's, I guess, a new sprout is growing by this shepherd's hook because they have the same leaves. So I'm going to leave that there and not pull it. Okay, here's a little bit of progress. But anyway, wind is going to blow, and then more dirt is going to land and be blown in with the rocks. And so all it takes is just a tiny bit of dirt for weeds to grow. Can't wait for that to bloom out. That'll be my next thing. There's some weeds in this hosta I'm going to try to get to without pulling my hosta out. So we just decided, and then plus if I wanted to move things around or add new plantings, it was hard to do with the cloth down and the river rock over top of it. So my husband took the tractor and scooped up the majority. We couldn't get it all. As you can see, there's still plenty that keeps resurfacing. We scooped it all up and just put down compost and mulch. And that's just better for me, just for two reasons. One is I'm going to have to pull weeds either way, and granted, I would have to pull less. But if I'm going to be out here pulling weeds, I don't mind to pull extra. And also, then I can add things and my garden can grow, which is what I like to do. I don't want, I like to continually be changing it and adding things and extending. So that works out better for me. I would just rather be able to dig a hole without worrying about where that barrier cloth is, and plant new things, dig things up easily, move them around, and then I can always add more mulch if the weeds are getting to be a problem. And as you can see, like all of this was the river rock. All of this area here where there's this dirt now, we scooped it up the best we could. And there are my two little new ones that I planted. and they should get quite big. There's my peony that's on this end. That's about to open up and bud out. Then I've got my little mini irises and the bench. Thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow we work more on the tree line, and can't wait to see the progress from all of that.